In a time when millions are struggling to pay rent, afford groceries, or access basic healthcare, one celebrity just went to space. And no, this isn't sci-fi. It's 2025.
Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering. People are dying.
Katy Perry, pop icon and household name, recently boarded Blue Origin's NS-31 mission, joining a star-studded all-female crew for a quick 10-minute trip beyond Earth's atmosphere. And it left many of us asking, are we watching history, or a 21st century let-them-eat-cake moment unfold in real time? Let's break down what happened. On April 14, 2025, Katy Perry was one of 6 women who boarded Blue Origin's NS-31 mission, a suborbital spaceflight that lasted just over 10 minutes. It was marketed as a historic all-female flight, a celebration of women in space, breaking barriers, etc. Alongside Perry were Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' fiancée, journalist Gayle King, aerospace engineer Aisha Bowe, activist Amanda Nguyen, and producer Carrie Ann Flynn. With passengers like Lauren Sanchez and Gayle King on board, the rocket was packed with wealth and influence. Not scientists, not engineers, not the next generation of explorers, but celebrities. Space travel has always been a symbol of progress. But when it's reduced to a 10-minute escape for the rich, it stops being inspiring and starts being insulting. It's a sanitized version of escapism. The kind where billionaires and pop stars float weightlessly above the same Earth their choices have helped damage, environmentally, economically, and socially. For anyone confused as to why this is such a problem, Katy Perry went to space for 10 minutes, which tore a hole in our ozone layer, heavily impacting the climate. In those 11 minutes, she achieved absolutely nothing. And when she came down, she kissed the ground and said, "We need to save Mother Earth," completely oblivious as to what she did. Not to mention the trip produced more CO2 than people do in their whole lifespans. And tearing a hole in the ozone layer not only is hard to repair, but allows more UV radiation to impact our climate.
And when they went to the Queen to tell her subjects had no bread, do you know what she said?
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake. The infamous phrase allegedly uttered by Marie Antoinette when told the poor had no bread. Whether she said it or not, the quote has become a symbol of the rich being detached from the suffering of the people they claim to represent. As people struggle more and more in various different countries, especially financially, these gimmicks that the elite are pulling aren't even going to be deemed entertaining, just infuriating to the general public. And the reaction that we're witnessing online is proof, real proof, that people are more desperate than they ever have been. If this was pulled in 2015 rather than 2025, it would have landed differently. Not just because Katy Perry had a very different public image, but also because now, more than ever, people are constantly being reminded of their difference in quality of life compared to someone like Katy Perry. For example, she is getting shot into space. Meanwhile, there are countless families that are living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have health insurance. They can't support their own needs or their children's needs. But hey, Katy Perry can go to space. These exuberant displays of wealth are not landing as the typical distraction or entertainment, because this media is simply not as digestible as it was previously. Of course, the average person is not going to be impressed or entertained or even interested in Katy Perry going to space because it only causes bitterness. And justified bitterness at that. More and more people are losing interest in consuming the lifestyle of the upper class, and a lot of the Coachella discourse we're seeing online is a direct symptom of this. Of course, people are not as interested in watching, reading about, consuming the media made to show off the lifestyle of the upper class, for example, at an event like Coachella, because it can't serve as the same form of escapism, but rather a reminder of, again, their quality of life, compared to this group's quality of life. People are working endlessly with seemingly no payoff. And so, of course, they're not impressed by Katy Perry going to space or how many outfit changes you had at Coachella. The same money that sends a pop star to space could feed thousands, build housing, fund research. But instead, it's being used to shoot people into the sky for 600 seconds of wow. What's worse? It's not even just about money or emissions. It's about narrative. Because every time we frame this as inspiring or futuristic, we're feeding into a system that says luxury and spectacle are more important than solving real problems. It's escapism, but only for those who can afford it. To be fair, a lot of the passengers on NS-31 are impressive, accomplished women. And I get it. Visibility matters. Representation matters. Seeing women, especially women of color, in spaces once reserved for men can be powerful. But context matters too. It's hard to be inspired by a space mission when it's dripping in wealth, PR deals, and Kardashian-funded purses. It feels less like progress and more like a distraction. A shiny, sparkly distraction. There's a difference between breaking barriers and being used as symbolic tokens while the world burns behind you. And while this might have been a huge step for the women on board, it felt like a giant leap backwards for the rest of us stuck watching from below. Comment down below what you think about this event, and comment what other videos you'd like to see. This is my very first commentary video, and I hope to get better at it over time. Thank you so much for watching.
Only when the last tree has been cut down, the last fish been caught, and the last stream poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money.